Many things can happen over the span of 12 months, particularly in the world of politics. From Capitol Hill to Lansing to Marquette, here's ABC 10 CW5's Chelsea Dickens with some of the top political moments of 2017.
It has been a year of controversy in politics, starting with the inauguration of President Donald Trump as the 45th President of the United States. People took to walking and protesting the streets at the beginning of the year, and from all sides of the political spectrum.
I'm extremely concerned that I never ever dreamed that at this point in my life I would see our nation in such disarray.
I fear for our democracy. We have a president who is attacking the press. He's attacking the courts, which is the check on the presidency.
So many people are against Trump, and the perception is that everybody's against Trump, so he's a bad, illegitimate president. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. And I wanted to get our side out.
There were also demonstrations throughout the year with each reform or comment Trump made, including that of DACA, which hit home for the UP at both NMU and MTU campuses. Students wanted to ensure that their voices were heard and that every person was considered a member of the community.
It's understandable. They want to look out for their students. You have kids that are brought to this country through no fault of their own, and they've lived their lives as Americans even though they're not technically citizens. So you can understand them wanting to be able to keep their students at their universities.
President Erickson of NMU made a statement on the plans to appeal DACA and its effect on NMU.
The way DACA works is that students are able to come to the university, come out of the shadows to be able to be enrolled and to participate in the full life of the university. And so making sure that students have all of those opportunities, I think, is really important.
Nearly 500 men and women of all walks of life came together to peacefully protest under the guidance of Joanna Bogater.
There's fear and concern that we can now turn into hope and love. We have somewhere to put that energy.
To show solidarity with those walking across the nation, the event in Marquette was for those who feared they would lose their voice with the election results, and, as some would call, the core values of American freedom, including but not limited to rights for minority groups and beliefs, as well as the ability to exercise those rights. Controversy continued with the hiring and quick firing of Calumet police officer Joel Dobis, which led to the rehiring of former interim police chief Keith Anderson. After hiring Dobis, a background check and further investigation found there was an outstanding warrant since 2012. In addition, there were also 3 police reports and public concern about professional conduct. Also, Representative John Kivala passed away on May 7th. Hundreds paid tribute to his life and political career. After his passing, a special election was required to inaugurate a new 109th representative. The election featured candidates Democrat Sarah Cambenzi and Republican Rich Rossway, which had its debates and controversy on both sides. In October, Rossway's signs were defaced with blue swastikas. When asked to comment, Rossway considered it the act of extremists and not opposing Democrats.
We try not to overreact to that, and sadly, it's just the political climate that we're in right now, and it probably gets far too much press than it deserves.
There was also a number of negative mail-ins to the opposition Sarah Cambenzi's campaign.
I can't say I'm not disappointed in the negativity. It worries me, I guess, how much control they want to have over the UP in this seat.
Cambenzi won the election by about 3,000 votes to become the new 109th representative.
It feels good. I think what feels the best is that we ran a clean campaign. We wanted to make sure our message was heard and the voters responded to that, and that's what feels good.
Another controversial election was that of Cambenzi's replacement, Jenna Smith, as the new city commissioner of Marquette. Many members of the public argued that Tony Girangelli, who placed 4th in November's election, should have been elected to the position instead. Girangelli supported Jenna Smith, saying,
"All I can say is I wish her well. I wish her luck, and I'm just going to be focusing now on next year's election."
Jenna Smith approved her new appointment as well.
I just want to look at every issue or opportunity that comes up with an open mind, be able to do the research, ask around, ask residents, community members what they think, get a feel for it, instead of just absolutely knowing what I want to do.
In terms of other local elections, the late Tom Baldini took the place as the new mayor of Marquette after serving as the city's pro tem mayor.
And I'm really humbled about it. I have this long allegiance to the city and really feel good about Marquette community.
The state of the Great Lakes changed courses throughout the year as Attorney General Bill Schuette called for the closure of Line 5. This caused for the owner, Enbridge, to immediately repair the eroding pipeline coating to prevent further damage. With the repairs made, the public remained uneasy about the fate of the line that has been in existence for over 50 years. The state and Governor Rick Snyder called for the shutdown of Line 5 after concerns were raised. Eventually, all parties came to an agreement on the fate of the oil pipeline on November 27th. For your Politics Year in Review and for ABC 10 and the CW5, I'm Chelsea Dickens.